What's up, Aries? Welcome to your November 2020 Creativity Tarot reading. My name is Kaylee Jean, and welcome to my channel. I record these readings for artists, entrepreneurs, and anyone who's working on their personal growth, self-expression, or spirituality in any form. So if those areas of life are important for you, or if you are interested in entrepreneurship and kind of making things happen for yourself, definitely stay tuned. Okay, Aries, while I was tuning in for you, I was getting this impression of a struggle. I feel like there's something in your life that is a little bit unruly right now, and I feel like there's maybe a situation either in your career or in a project or just in your life in general that is not completely under your control. I feel like there's a lot of variables going on, and I think that it just feels to me like you're kind of frustrated with that. However, what I do want to say is that I feel like things are going to be moving more quickly and more fluidly for you by the end of the month. So intuitively, I just feel like this message is to just trust and have faith right now, because if you stick to your intention and you just kind of make it through this little bit of like a hairy period or a period of time where you just are having to deal with some uncertainties or some things that are just, like I said before, a little bit outside of your wheelhouse or outside of your influence, just hold true and pray as well, Aries, because I feel like you are definitely on the precipice. You will get through whatever this little period of like irritation or uncertainty or frustration may be about. I think it is just a temporary flavor, and I don't think it has any particular like reflection on you as an entrepreneur or you as a creator or you as far as like whatever you're trying to do. I don't think this is one of those experiences where it's teaching you a lesson. If anything, the lesson is to be patient and trust the universe, but I don't think that this is the result of something that you did, like a mistake, for example. I feel like this is more just something that's affecting everybody, and it's something that we're all kind of dealing with on some level. And for you, it's coming through in a visceral way. It's almost like you're trying to just get your hands around something and you can't quite get it. It's like slippery, but it will come together. So let's take a look at your cards and we'll get some more information. Aries. I'm using the Nap Hall Tarot deck for your reading. And we'll get you a Bob Ross message. And a Sacred Destiny Oracle card as well. Okay, so let's take a look here. We've got the elk as your path and the mouse as the blockage, okay? So your path is one of a radical transformation. Aries, I kind of want to call this reading something having to do with either like trial by fire or like Phoenix rising or something along those lines, because it really stands out to me with the elk card. This is a very sturdy creature. It's a creature that is a large creature. It's a peaceful creature for the most part. But there's this very powerful transformation going on. It feels like, we have this eclipse image here. We've had some powerful energies so far in October, and we have some pretty impactful full moons going on right now. This one coming up on Halloween, depending on when you're hearing this, and the one at the end of November as well. So there's a lot of powerful stuff going on cosmically, and I feel like it's really affecting you in a way. It's almost like the antlers are the elk's they represent the elk's connection to the universe. They reach upwards towards the sky. So something is being transformed in terms of your connection to your higher guidance and your intuition. And I also feel like the elk is a card that can reflect abundance and a very powerful movement towards a destiny that is characterized by solidity and security and abundance and strength, you know? And I think that that's really where you're going, but I feel like the frustration right now is that you feel like the mouse. You feel you are the elk and your path is the elk, but you feel like the mouse right now. You feel like you're not big enough or not influential enough to make some of these things happen. But the message is with these little lights around that there are energies that are supporting you. I want to say that a lot of you guys have people who are supporting you in the physical, like clients and customers and family members who are cheering you on. But there's also people in spirit as well, or energies in spirit that are supporting your path forward. So again, I feel like overall this is about like recognizing that just because you may not have the resources that you need yet, there is magic in the universe that can support you to get what you need. So remember that you're not alone in doing anything. It's really about who you partner with and how you use your strengths and resources to achieve and attain more and more of what like the pieces are that you're going to need to put together the puzzle, right? Just because you don't have maybe all the pieces right now doesn't mean that you can't get them or that you won't be supported in the process of getting them. So keep that in mind and keep the faith is really like the message. So I'm using the Napal Tarot. It's a very different deck. It was created in 1929 and I just felt drawn to it this month. So you've got King of Swords, the Hanged Man, Warrior of Cups with the Five of Batons, which is the Five of Wands. I'm not surprised that the Five of Wands came up because that is a very an alignment energy to what I picked up in the meditation about that frustration energy. The Two of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and Temperance, which I absolutely love this Temperance card. I mean, come on. How beautiful is that? So again, this really just matches up with what came through in the meditation, Aries. I feel like it's super, super literal, exactly everything I said. You feel stuck right now in some ways because you've got the Hangman and the King of Swords, and this almost makes me feel like the reason that you feel stuck right now is partly cosmic and universal, and it's partly because some kind of weighing or adjustment needs to happen. The King of Swords is all about truth and refinement and law and ethics. He's about hard truths as well and just very blunt, like, you know, maybe you care about someone, but you know, I'm talking about the King of Swords here. He cares about people, but he also, because he cares about them and trusts in their ability to move forward for themselves and create their life for themselves, he also trusts that they can handle the truth. So he's very honest because he feels like honesty is the truest way of expressing love and respect, particularly respect. Honesty for the King of Swords is everything. So I want you to take advantage of this time where you maybe do feel a little bit stuck or a little bit frustrated to get clear on what you really feel. Because you also have the Warrior of Cups and the Five of Wands. So by the second week of November, there is a sense that you can start to break through whatever this little frustration period is or this little hang-up period is by getting really clear on what you are a loving warrior for. Right? Like Warrior of Cups it's the Knight of Cups. So it's about what you are passionate about and what you really feel called to do in this world. And being aware of your place in the universe is as good of a motivation as any that I've ever seen to motivate you to move forward, right? Because if you know where you stand and what you believe in, like everything else kind of like reality organizes itself around you and everything starts to make sense. So you have to be clear about what you love, what you are willing to fight for, and what really matters to you. What are you a warrior for, Aries? Because all Aries people, whether you're a moon rising or an Aries sun, you have a warrior in you. And I think that this November, it's about really recognizing where that warrior sits within your consciousness and what you're really willing to fight for. Sometimes that may be an unpopular opinion, or it might be something that you want to do for your family. It may not have to do with anything in the outside world. It could be about doing something for yourself as well, or doing something for your family, or anything along those lines. But I do think, like, with the tablets in the corner here with the triangle, it's like coming back to your like inner 10 commandments, like your personal mission statement. Coming back to that clarity of like what you're here to do is the way to move through whatever this thing is that's going on in the beginning of the month. The third week of November, you've got the 2 of Swords and the 8 of Wands. And then that's followed by the 9 of Wands and the Temperance card. So this is pretty direct. This is a very, very clear message. And basically what it's telling me is that the second half of November is going to be all about working through your resistance. And if you start and do the difficult work of, okay, now in the second week, a clearer sense of what you're here to do, or maybe you rewrite your business's mission statement, something along those lines, you get that clarity of what you're fighting for. Then the third week, it's like the 2 of Swords is kind of this recognition that there will be a moment of like, I don't want to move forward for some reason. There's like a resistance. Maybe you're just feeling a little bit more tired, or maybe you're just unsure of something. And you want to honor that, but also really question yourself about like where that is really coming from. Like, where is that hesitation coming from? Is it coming from fear only? If so, then you want to push through it. And I kind of see you doing that, Aries, is pushing through the fear. With the 8 of Wands and then the 9 of Wands, it's like the way, if you are an Aries and you are feeling somewhat kind of stuck or somewhat hesitant, like you're on the edge of a new path or on the edge of a precipice, and you're like, I want to move forward, but you've got this one hang up, or you've got this thing that's kind of holding you back. In the second half of November, it is just going to be about going for it anyway, with the 8 of Wands followed by the 9 of Wands. And when you first take that action in the second half of the month, it's still going to feel like there's a level of resistance to it, because it's followed immediately by the 9 of Wands, which is about persevering and moving forward anyway and being courageous and brave. So you're going to be dealing with resistance like throughout the month, but by the end of the month, I think if you give yourself little goals to continue moving forward and you keep taking those actions, by the end of the month, you're going to be in a temperance place, which is where everything starts to feel a lot easier. You know how they say that it takes like 21 days to build a new habit? That's kind of November for you. It's a good month when you think about the broader patterns of your life, because I think that if you have that clarity and you are persistent, by the end of the month, it's going to become second nature for you. And you're going to feel like your things are flowing and you're getting opportunities, and you are in the flow of, opportunities coming to you that are the right ones for you, that you are prepared to take action on. So it's like it all comes together with the yin and yang symbol. Everything starts to fit in alignment at the end of the month. But you have to push yourself a little bit, not crazy. I'm not saying do anything crazy, but you're going to have to push yourself a little bit to get there. Your Bob Ross message is, we artists are a different breed of people. We're a happy bunch. Beautiful. Yeah, I think this is also about thinking differently, because you have the Hanged Man in the beginning of the month, which is all about like seeing things from a different perspective as well. So if you're like hung up on something, metaphorically, try and look at it with a different perspective. Because when you change your perspective, the things that you're looking at are also going to change. Wow. And your Sacred Destiny Oracle card is community. It's really beautiful. So maybe there's some ideas that you can get from your community, or looking at things in your community, or even in your industry, could give you some insight into what you're going through and how you want to kind of solve whatever hurdles you have in front of you. But that's really what entrepreneurship and being a conscious creator is all about. You know, it's about seeing problems coming up and enjoying the process of finding a solution, you know, so that whatever you're doing is better after solving the problem than it was before the problem even became a problem. That's the whole game of life, Aries. So I will leave you with that. I'm sending you so much love and light. I hope this reading has been helpful. If so, please like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment below as well, and I will see you guys next time.